Just really bring your attention in from whatever you are doing and away from whatever comes next. Settle into this gift of our own attention for this period of time. Notice what that feels like. Often I'll start with a few deeper breaths, just kind of settle into how it feels in the body. You can move around a little bit. What does your body feel like right now? Is it stiff? Is it tired? Is it calm? What's going on in your mind? Are your thoughts kind of settled? Are they all over the place? And then we settle in to rest. It's kind of like training for a sport or something. The more we do this, the easier it gets, the more skill we have at it. But even a professional athlete can't just kind of jump into the arena and start doing whatever they do. We still need to warm up our body and get our focus set. So as we're coming in and resting, there's usually some kind of a process of that, even if we're quite experienced at it. And some days we're already kind of warmed up and it just takes a moment to really slip into the groove. And other times, especially if there's something kind of big going on in our lives, there can be a very persistent pull into thoughts. Our body can be really tight or our breath kind of held, and it takes us a little bit longer. And we might have one of those frustrating meditations or relaxations where it seems like every time we tune in, we're off somewhere else. We've gotten caught in a train of thought. So, a big part of the practice is to recognize what it is that's happening right now and to be kind and patient. That it really never helps to get mad at ourselves because we're not relaxed. So we practice and practice and come again and again to what it is that's going on in our system, to our thoughts, to our breath, our body. People have a really deep seated resistance and an aversion to anything that makes us feel uncomfortable. If we've shared something and we're feeling vulnerable, if we're feeling attacked or shamed, either by someone in our outside world or maybe we've had that going on internally, then we very naturally want to get away. It's harder for the mind to settle in and for ourselves to relax and rest. So, given all of that and being as kind and patient as we can, we come to here and we do a resting practice where we actually go in and notice what's going on and we breathe and relax our muscles, focus our mind. And we have whatever experience we have. We get to know ourselves very deeply. And in yoga meditation, the teaching is that we are all basically good at our core. And we might have a lot of things that are covering that up, that are kind of dimming our light. But that at our core, when we really get to know ourselves, there's nothing wrong. There's not something wrong with us. The thing that we were dreading isn't actually true. Those core deficiency beliefs that we have are incorrect. So we may have experienced many times, especially as a child, of feeling unworthy or unloved. And then we get to see that it was an experience. It wasn't who we were. It's not who we are. And all of the things that are happening, all of the experiences that we have, that there's some basic core, some basic knowing that we're good at our core. And that we can access that as we get to know ourselves. We can realize that directly. As you're noticing what's going on in your own body right now, notice a lot of that comes in through our sense perceptions: touch, feel, the sounds we hear, the light coming in through our eyes if we have our eyes open, the images in our mind, even if our eyes are closed, the sensations, the energy in our body. And you could even scan your body and notice if anything that's here right now is unacceptable. If there's a feeling of it shouldn't be here, it really needs to go. So we might find tight muscles or compulsive thoughts that we would prefer would be different. Just notice what's here and what your response is to that. And then set your intention that for the next 15 or 20 minutes, you're going to practice welcoming and accepting everything that's going on: your body, your breath, your mind, your thoughts. It's just a practice. We don't need to be perfect when we're practicing. We're entertaining the idea, we're opening up the space to hold that possibility. Everything that I feel, everything about myself, my breath, my body, my thoughts, I'm going to welcome all of that and allow it to be here and just see what happens from there. Notice your body again and how you're supported by the chair, the floor, the bed. What are the sensations? What's the experience in your body right now? And notice if you're willing and able to pay attention to everything that's going on in your body. Maybe there's a sensation of hunger, or there's a pain someplace in your body. The blanket that's covering you is kind of itchy. Just notice what's in your experience right now. And is it okay for that to be here? And then as we go through the different parts of the body, we're mostly doing a tuning in as we bring our attention in. If there's a tight muscle, it generally softens. If we're holding our breath, it generally starts to move. The tightness and contraction in our system, our body, our breath, our mind, they're usually habitual. It's not actually how our body works the best. And so our system's always trying to come back to what's healthiest, most relaxed. And just by tuning in, we give ourselves that opportunity. Notice everything that's going on in your face. You raise your eyebrows or move your eyes around, move your tongue around, you can feel the wetness in your mouth. Notice the sensation if you smile a little bit and then if you stop. Notice the sensation of air, how it feels cooler when you're breathing in. You can even feel it a little bit back into your mouth. Notice if your teeth are clenched, even a little bit. Your hinges of your jaw could lighten up or soften a bit. And when we're thinking about our face, our sight, our hearing, our ears, our jaw, our mouth, we might have a visual image of it. We might not like our face. We might not like how we look, or we might be critical of that or embarrassed about something. So, those kinds of images might come in as well as the sensations. We're just looking to see, just in the face and in the inside of the front of the head, the mouth, the sinuses, the air that flows in the nose, the feeling of the muscles that cover the forehead. Looking to see if we could be present with what it is that's going on, if it's acceptable to us, if there's anything we need to push out of our awareness. And bring your attention down a little bit further, a little bit more back into the mouth and then down into the neck and throat, the sides of your neck, your shoulders, down into your arms and hands. Notice the sensations. You can feel where our body is in contact with the back of the chair, or something like that, bed. And just on the level of sensation, is it okay with you? What you're feeling in your neck and shoulders down through your arms and hands. And it might be just very relaxed and restful. It might be that your arms are feeling painful or tired or something. Whatever it is, notice the direct experience and also notice your response to it. Is this something that needs to be put away, needs to be out of your awareness, or could there be enough space just right now for you to allow that to be in your attention as it is right now? We're not looking for right or wrong answer, even. What's your sense of that right now? And just like when we notice something tight in our body, we generally automatically soften it. If we're noticing that we're rejecting something, just the noticing will often allow it to be more acceptable. I'm noticing that I'm not really happy about this. And is that actually necessary right now? Do I need to get rid of it? Bring your attention to the back of your neck, your shoulders, into the upper back. And here we have this shielding, this bracing ourselves. So many of us have a very tight neck and shoulders, upper back. You could shrug your shoulders up and then down. You could move them around a bit. If you're supported through your back, you could let them really get heavy and settle into that support. Let yourself really accept that support. And then as you're resting, notice if that energy of protection is still there, even as the muscles soften. And is that okay? One of the ways we protect ourselves is by hardening up. Might not be optimal. It might leave us with a lot of tightness and pain in the neck and shoulders. But is it acceptable? We're just noticing. And take a couple of deeper breaths if it feels okay to do that. Notice what that feels like through your back, through your lower ribs in particular. And bring your attention to the chest and the stomach area. What's going on here? What are the sensations? What's the rhythm and the feel of your breath? Oh, yeah. I'm noticing that I'm holding my breath or I'm breathing really shallow. And then I could open that up a bit, see if that's okay. And the interior of the chest, the heart center, and then down into the solar plexus, the navel center, the lower belly. The interior of our torso has a lot of energy, a lot of feelings. And sometimes it could feel quite numb that we're not really wanting to feel what's there. Notice what's happening right now in your own experience. Your heart center, solar plexus, down through your belly. And notice if there's anything that's uncomfortable, painful, disturbing, any kind of energy or sensation like that. And notice if it's okay for it to be here. So often we move from uncomfortable, uneasy into this can't be here. Let's give ourselves a few minutes to really sit with whatever's going on in the inside of our chest and stomach. If it's a specific sensation, you could also notice the space all around the outside of it. If images come up, you could tap on them, trace the space on the outside. And just stay tuned into this whole part of the body. What is that experience like right now? And is it okay? And then bring your attention down into your legs as well, your feet, your toes. Same kind of awareness. What's going on and how do I feel about that? Is that okay with me just for now? And bring your attention back to your whole entire body, head to toes. And mentally run back through your experience during the relaxation. Did you find anything that can't be allowed to be here? It's absolutely unacceptable. Just notice if there was anything, if it was a sensation, an energy, experience somewhere in your body. So it might be uncomfortable, it might be unwelcome even, but is it okay still that it's here? Is it all right? Was your experience of paying attention to it workable? And was there anything really wrong? Did you find anything that was really unforgivable, unacceptable? Real proof that there's nothing good in you. This is a short inquiry. Sometimes these things stir up some feeling of, well, I'd like to have another look at that because that had kind of a menacing feel to it. Or I didn't really find anything bad, but I don't know that I found basic goodness either. We have lots of different experiences. So you could make a mental note to follow up with some of these things. It's our own direct experience that really counts. Just let all of that go for a moment and rest in your body. Give yourself credit, acknowledge that you've been doing a practice, that you've been tuning into your own being, your experience in a human body, the life. And then notice your breath, let your body move around a little bit. Notice how that feels. And when you're ready, open your eyes.